Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another edition of NSFW Show. We bring you exclusive gadgets from the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas and a stirring debate between intellectual leaders Piers Morgan and Alex Jones. Join us, won't you, on another edition of NSFW Show.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is NSFW, episode 160, recorded on January 8th, 2013. World Tyranny 2013.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the fast and easy way to create a high-quality website, blog, or online portfolio. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase on new accounts, go to squarespace.com and use offer code NSFW1. And they recently launched a developer platform for complete code control.
Audio listeners will love this. You see a rotund individual shirtless and a man in a tuxedo approach him. And then magic.
And yet another man approaches.
It's working great. So you got three dudes beating on a board, fat guy. And in perfect viral video fashion, the moment it gets boring, wait for it. At the 50-second mark, you need a twist.
Jason now pointing out from the side correctly that the man was already red.
Well,
this is obviously take three.
Yeah, no, of course it is. Look, this is take three because it is go time for NSFW, the new show full of win, the new sauce for the Webernets. You know, the show is nominally safe for work. You don't have to feel bad about it. You can tell your grandmother you watch NSFW. She won't be ashamed. She may fling her poo at you, but that's just because she's got dementia. Hey, man, I'm joined as always. I'm Brian Brushwood. This is my buddy Justin Robert Young with a Space Vortex in his T-shirt. What is going on, Professor JRY?
I'll tell you what, poop in a wooden shoe, Brian. This is going to be one hell of an episode. We're in a new year.
New year?
You know,
yeah.
Can I listen? And I know it's uncouth.
Sure.
To do this. It's not exactly.
You're gonna poop in a shoe, aren't you?
Can we all talk about how annoying 2012 was?
Oh my
God, the worst. I thought it'd never leave.
Dude, I thought 2012 was going to be amazing. I was talking it up for years. Turns out it was a giant... Wait, hold on. My daughter was born in 2012. That was rad. So...
Okay. I mean, listen, it's not without its like okay points, but like by and large, it just showed up, and then by the end of it, it was just like slurring its words, and like didn't know when to go. It couldn't find its coat. You had to go give it a coat. Am I gonna ever see that back? No.
Well, and it thinks it's hilarious too, because 2012 is just like it gets halfway in and it just starts giggling and it collapses in a corner, and everyone's just like, "What's going on? I don't get it."
Wouldn't shut up about the election.
Oh my God.
No one cares.
First it was about how it was gonna rock, then it was about how it did rock, and now it's about how it's continuing to rock. On its 2012's Twitter feed is still celebrating Obama's victory.
Oh my God. 2012. I unfollowed. I just unfollowed.
Did you? Wow. So you've had it.
Unfollowed.
So eat that, 2012.
Whoa. I'll tell you what, put it in your lunch pail and then eat it.
Hey man, what's going on? But let's not talk about what's old and busted. Let's talk about what's new and shiny, like a fresh turd instead of an old stinky one.
I was just gonna call 2013 new something that rhymes with sussy.
13. Nice dodge. Everything's fine. We're all good here. We're all good. Hey man,
dart.
The good news is that nothing interesting happens in tech in the beginning of 2013. Is that correct?
Actually, Brian, that's 150% correct, which is why CES is a continuing farce.
Continuing farce?
Yeah. That's what I said. What did you think I said?
A continuing force. I thought you were like, it was
No.
a dominant force for what didn't. And I thought I was being clever. Like, you mean farce.
Yeah, no, I meant farce. But let's just split the difference and agree I said farts.
Of course. Done and done.
All right. So here's the deal. CES is happening right now. Jeremy, was Leo there just for NMX, or is he covering CES?
You're waiting, of course, for Jammer B, intrepid producer extraordinaire.
All right, so no, but he's not there to cover CES. Twit isn't even doing live coverage from CES.
When
this
Twit
year,
gives up
at
on
least
CES,
in the way that we have in the past.
It's all over, man.
Microsoft isn't doing their keynote anymore.
Twit used to be CES's solid lay. Like, CES would come to the party like, well, whatever else happens, I know I can get in Twit's jeans. But not no more, because Twit showed up at the party. The beginning of she showed up to the pre-party, was like, what's up? Collected an award or two, and then, boo, off she went.
Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, you know who, like, really, really wishes they would have been at CES this year?
Me.
No.
Yeah, no, me.
That marathon running hooker that got busted.
What are you talking about? What was the marathon running hooker?
Did you not hear about this?
No.
So there was an Olympic runner who was in Sydney and Athens, I believe.
Yeah.
Who was moonlighting over the last 2 years or so as a high-priced hooker.
Well, did they take away her medals or something?
I don't know. They should have given her another one.
That's what I was about to say. That's the going the distance record is what it's called.
But here's the thing. There's a Yelp for hookers.
What?
And she was number one, top of the list, as Frank Sinatra once sung.
Wow. She was the New York of hookers.
Exactly. Yeah. These marathon hoes.
They're sweaty as
they were
balls.
at CES. They wanna be a part of it.
I'm gonna ask
to
the
get
chat
paid
room.
by Samsung's VP of marketing to spend the night with them.
Is that what happened? Is that how
No,
they got
I'm just
busted?
slandering the Samsung VP of marketing.
Oh, that's good. And I'm sure nobody from Samsung is listening right now, throwing shoes at their television. Like, dang it, I'm a VP.
So anyway, all right. So hookers clean up at CES, but let's not talk about interesting things.
No.
Let's talk about the dumb things that are actually happening at CES.
Right.
Products.
You know what's so fashionable is everyone loves to say, like, I saw that last year. Like, I can't think of anything. Like, everyone complains that nothing's new year after year. Like, I saw that. They've been promising that year after year. 4K displays. How last year? Now it's this year, but still last year.
Well, here's the problem is that they don't come out.
Right. That's true.
It's just oh, wouldn't you like this television that shoots laser beams at roaches and kills the roaches and then powers the television with the roach vapor that is created? And you're like, I don't know, probably not. And then they're like, well, congratulations, we're not going to release it. That's the entire footprint of CES.
Did you see, there was actually one thing I dug. We're going to be real before we get silly, because all these real. Everything we're going to show you is real. And this first one, even though it looks like it's not real, did you see the 27-inch pad tablet? It is
yes, no, I did, and I saw that for some reason you have a Bribo for it.
Yes, because it's 27 inches long. Who wouldn't have a Bribo for that? My favorite part, as somebody pointed out, is the scene where the chick looks like she's awkwardly about to trip and drop the damn thing. Like she's
okay. That's exactly what I was going to. No, wait, go back to where she picks it up.
Yeah. All right. So here she is. And if you haven't seen it, it's basically someone said, hey, you know what everyone loved was that Microsoft Surface. Let's do that, but just let people lug it around with a 2-hour battery life.
Well, no, they're like, oh yeah, no, but not like the Surface that eventually came out.
No.
We're talking about the old Surface,
the tabletop
that used to be a table.
Right, correct. But they did.
Let's do that.
Yes, like, nothing wrong with that. So the kids steal Dad's table that's on his desk.
Which,
and then
by the way, hold on, pause that. Let's say this thing, because they didn't put a price tag on it, right?
They did. Veronica Belmont interviewed them, and they said, and here's the surprise: they were saying like $9.99 to $16.99 was what they expected it to be.
Okay, all right, $16.99. Let's say we'll go middle of the road.
Sure.
Let's say it actually is like $12.
Let's say it's $1,500. Sure.
$1,500. you have two daughters or three daughters, and one is very, very young. That's not going to grab it. Your two daughters come running in and grab dad's new $1,500 tablet. How are you like, oh, girls? Like in the video, the guy's like has his coffee and he's like, oh, look at those girls with my $1,500 machine on the floor.
He does, because he comes in. Here we go. The kids peek in, and like you notice they don't show it because clearly it took two of them in order to do it. It's huge, and you don't really grasp how ridiculously gigantic it is. Of course, it's no surprise to anyone that I love gigantic computers. I want to live inside and dance upon computers whenever possible. But here, check this out. So the call comes in.
So this, all right. Number one,
hold on.
That picture,
she looks like she's
might
floating.
as well be science fiction. Like I would not be shocked if you went and zoomed in on her and it was in fact the stunt double. Nobody is smiling while picking up that piece of machinery ever, let alone a beleaguered mother of two.
Look at how easily she's like, "Ooba-doo, definitely not about to fall and drop this thing." Look at it. It's gigantic. It's amazing.
It's like, hey, have you ever hi, this is Joe, CEO from Intel. Have you ever been moving and carried your television from one room to the car to move it and said, man, I wish I could have this experience with my personal computer? Well, now you can. Thanks to the Intel, how big? 27? Jesus!
I'll tell you, I don't be surprised if I end up with one of these. This is the kind of thing I'll leave for the kids to play. Put it in the living room. Because think about it, this would solve the media PC problems for like the living room. Throw that in the living room. Why am I watching people kiss? There we go. You've come out with Settlers of Catan for that? I'm down. Everyone.
No, I'll tell you, I actually wanted this to go to its likely conclusion, because right now for the audio listeners, it's, you know, they're showing all the different ways that you can use this thing.
Sure.
So you have the dad using it for business, the kids using it for kids
finger painting, sure,
programs. The mom is using it to talk to her friends because that's all that women are good for.
That's right. Air hockey, because everyone loves air hockey in 2013.
Well, and then all the friends come over and they're playing all these fun little games on the computer. And then I was waiting for it to get to its logical conclusion where all of a sudden,
four-way sex, where they all are naked.
Yeah, the one wife starts kissing the other husband.
Yeah.
And then they make a sex tape on the Lenovo. What? How big? 27? Jesus.
So that's a good one. There's some other good stuff coming out. I was excited. Here, I'm just going to go through a list of some good stuff here. I'm going through, let's see. There is, wow.
Atticus Bitch points out that I'm sure there's a great key party app on that 27-inch Lenovo.
Let's see. There's the Max remote bot, which is coming out. Oh, let me give this. There we go. This is from Nick Young. Spied this gem, the Max remote bot. Shut up, Felicia. I hate you. 101011.
So what we're gonna do right now is go through some of the overlooked kind of gadgets here at CES, and this was one of them. Of course, Brian,
what? Cultural
phenomenon, Max Trollbot.
Dude, can we you want to take a moment and just think about how 1 year ago, I believe this week, the beloved Game On was like. What's funny is, okay, so we're talking on the phone, and Justin says,
"Was it one? Oh yeah, because I thought it was 1 year away from our."
We're talking on the phone, and Justin goes, "Yeah, man, wasn't it about a year ago that Game On got canceled?" And I was like, "It was a year ago this week that Game On launched." And so Justin, without missing a beat, is like, "Yeah, so about 1 year ago we got canceled."
Since we got canceled, pretty much. Give or take a couple weeks.
Give or take. Man, in fact, Max Trollbot is going to live on as the Max Troll Box. Because remember last week I was talking about the Doghouse Systems people, right? The fans wanted to name the box that they're going to donate to the studio the Max Troll Box. They're going to come down. We're going to set it up live in studio. We're going to live stream the whole thing and then make a little video of the whole thing, take a tour of the studio. So keep an eye out for that. And they're even going to set up like a promo code so that you could get the Max Trollbot art for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm very stoked about that. And then I'm going to do some scam stuff in there, giveaway for free. But this is one of the lesser known of the announcements is
Well, I mean, listen, here's the thing. There's always been a lot of hardware demoed at CES. Obviously, there's not a lot of that. All the big hardware announcements are happening outside of this conference. So
Sure.
maybe a little service and software can make its way in. Brian, what do we have here?
No, see, this is the only software that is hardware. We're talking about Dixtagram, which is it's Instagram for your junk. So if you want to take a photo of your junk,
Well, I mean, listen, Brian, it's all the dicks and cocks you could possibly want. As we see here in the demo, Nixon,
yep, Cheney.
Roosters,
We got Cheney, we got Van
Dick
Dyke,
Van Dyke,
yep,
Dick Van Patten.
that's right. We got Dick Vitale.
Uh,
We got 8 = D, which is just a naked, not at all.
Dick Clark,
Yes, Dick Clark,
Dick Buttkiss,
and of course,
Dick Army, Dick
it's-
Tracy.
I hesitate. I shudder to wonder what this is a photo of right there. Oh, it's a rooster. Thank God. Okay, now I see. Because it looked like something else, did it not?
No, it looks like a rooster.
No, dude. Okay, don't see the face and just see these fleshy flaps on both
Oh,
sides.
good God, Brian.
I'm
Does
just
look like that. No, you're actually right. And that little beak looks like a fun thing that I'm not even gonna go into.
it looks like the start button, if I'm not mistaken. That's how you get things started.
When you start me up, you won't start. That thing is saying.
That's true.
Because it looks like Mick Jagger.
And we got the announcement for the quadraphone, because 4 screens are better than 1.
See what? Actually, and this is the quadraphone here. Brian, if you can just leave that up, what you have
Sure,
is 4 phones all next together. Trade secret, and we have this. We're going to report this exclusively here on NSFW. The secret to this device is glue.
It's patented, or soon to be patented, because apparently anything is patentable. So you might as well
What you do is you go ahead and glue 4 phones together.
Yeah, right.
And then you sell it at CES because, by the way, that's about as real as the products get.
It sounds about right. Let's see. We got Samsung's revolutionary new television. Here we go. Big news. Discover more of the TV you love using patented Laserdisc technology. Only these are megadiscs. They are as big as the 27-inch laptop.
Yeah. No, actually, Brian, hold on. It looks like
Okay.
Tell me a little bit more about about this, Brian. Leave that picture up.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, as you can see here, Justin, Robert Young, you can see that we're looking at what appears to. Some might say this looks like the 4K display that I assume Samsung has coming out at this point. But there's a giant laser
Brian,
I'm sorry.
I think it looks great.
What?
It says the Teletuner. I'm reporting live from CES. I found a new love in my life, Brian.
What is that, Steve McTillituner?
It's the Megadisc.
How do you feel about?
I don't know if you've ever heard me speak about laser discs. Have I talked to you about laser discs?
Yeah, no, you
before?
have. You've told me all about them.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them a lot. They're the best thing ever. And then I saw the Mega Disc. It's like a laser disc, but bigger.
Is that
You can, yeah, I can fit inside the center of it and then run it around my waist like a hula hoop.
Has this been a fantasy of yours? Something you've been interested in for a while?
I love Mega Discs.
All right, look for I Love Mega This Week in Megadiscs coming out soon on the Twit Network. Let's see. This is, here we go. We've got from Chilled Wart. He sends us this exclusive of CES 2013 featuring, and it's labeled, featuring the NVIDIA Revolutionary Product. Apparently the product is called the Revolutionary Product, and it bears a striking resemblance to an S3 taped to an Xbox controller.
Brian, reporting exclusively here on NSFW, we can reveal to you now that the active trade secret in that device is tape.
You know what? What you might have a hard time explaining is Andrew Main's pick for the item of CES. It's the Singularity on a stick. Fall 2013.
Hey! Coming fall 2013, what you have there is, of course, the Singularity, the concept of all world knowledge and consciousness, binding with technological upgradability and a cloud consciousness, and a stick.
The secret we can report here from live at the Twin Studios, NSFW exclusive. The secret. What is the secret, Justin?
A stick.
Of course.
Stick that in your stick and stick it.
We got the phone on a boom, just in case you ever worry about not having. Look at that. It comes to you from Heil. If you look closely, that's a Heil boom.
That's a Heil stand. Now, here's the problem, Brian.
Huh?
We've all been there. Let's say you want to get on the phone, but you are also holding your collar as if your shirt's going to fall off.
And
you want to talk on the phone, but you'd also like to wear a fairly silly bowler's hat.
Right,
Here's what you do.
Okay.
Phone on a boom. Don't worry. The phone comes with the boom. Applause break.
Did you say applause break?
Yes, because it's a predominantly Asian company.
That's crude pandering. I'm not so comfortable with that. All right, here we got one from Bill Duran, who has, whoa, this is not a crude Photoshop, my friend. This is the actual product, the iGrind. As you can see, it's the iPhone case that's also an angle grinder.
Hey, look at that. I'll tell you what, that's a sexy looking product. I grind my junk on that at night.
You grind your junk on anything.
There ain't nothing wrong with a little angle grinder taped to an iPhone what looks to be a 404S.
Of course, it's not just the items that we find at the CES. It's the tech journalism. It's the punditry that we love. We love seeing fine tech journalists like Spider Belmont out and among the CES grounds.
Now, that was actually Belmont, right?
Sure, I believe so. I assume so.
She was
Otherwise,
in some sort of crazy spider thing.
I don't know what it is. If you look, I mean, it does. Oh my God, it really does look like a spider. Did she get inside a spider thing? Someone in the chat room.
She's out there. She's like the only person that I know that's like, well, actually, no, I know a couple people that are out there reporting on CES, but like, she's out there really totally killing it. Follow her. I mean, if you already are not one of the all of Twitter that follows Veronica Belmont, please go ahead and do that. Like, she needs a plug. But she's killing it in terms of like her videos and everything that she's putting out there. But yeah, apparently it's a gigantic robot spider.
Man, I did not realize that was an honest to goodness Spider Belmont. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, and right now in the Photoshop that you're showing, it has like the Spider Belmont head that we had from the, what was that? The Trials of King Leo?
Yes. The first time when it was Tom Merritt. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. When he was going to Tech News Today. Yeah. Before he fled Northern California. Like
he ran screaming. He's like, "No! I saw Leo in a dress." Did you see that this weekend?
Good Lord. I'll tell you what. Yes. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
But, okay, this may be my favorite thing. Finally, from our friends over at Microsoft, we have, I got a baby, right? Which means I need a baby monitor, which is what we have.
You need a baby
here.
mama.
It's a baby the baby monitor right here. It's the only baby that's a monitor.
Brian, revealing exclusively here on NSFW, bringing you the hard-hitting CES coverage, the likes of which you'll get nowhere else, the active trade secret involved in the baby monitor.
What is it, Justin?
Sperm.
Equal parts sperm and egg. Actually, by mass, there's a vast difference. Let's see. We got one more. Oh, man, somebody actually... I think that's it. We got Oh, no. Here we go. This is my favorite. Well, I'm going to call it. This is the last one we're going to show because this is the one I'm going to get. We could call it the official NSFW Best of Show Award goes to Clicks by Old John Smokey.
Oh, man, look at that. We all know, of course, Beats by Dr. Dre, a huge headphone empire and juggernaut, just high-quality headphones. Well, now you can support your favorite blues musician. Ladies and gentlemen, Old John Smokey and his world-famous spoons brings to you an auditory experience fit for the railroad. Brian, tell us more about it.
Well, unfortunately, now some people, you look at it on first glance, you might think it looks like a pair of Dixie cups with some iPhone earbuds pierced in each side. And maybe you'd think that the button doesn't do anything and all you do is pull it and put it in each ear. And you'd pretty much be right. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any audio of them in action.
However, you would be ignoring the logo on each cup.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I guess to wrap things up, we'll remember our fond memories of CES. Reporting live from CES, it's the new Samsung Megadist. And that's it for our CES coverage.
That's it. I'd like to thank Steve McTillitutor. I'd like to thank Brian. CES, see you next year.
See you, jerks. We never loved you.
Hope you jackknife off the side of the highway after drinking a fifth of whiskey.
Dude, did you see the coverage, the Verge's coverage of the Qualcomm, the Qualcomm conference or whatever it is?
No, did they totally poop it?
It's amazing. We got it. So somebody give me a link in the chat for the Verge, and we'll just see a few seconds of it because we got to plug the hell out of this thing because it's unreal. Like I have no idea how the whole evening played. But they'll have the link here in just a second. I'll tell you what, in the meantime, why don't we thank our sponsor who make this show possible?
Brian, listen, our sponsor is Squarespace. And Squarespace played a very big role for me over the last week or so.
Yeah.
Because I am now a Squarespace customer.
Dude, this is great because do you realize who Penelope became a Squarespace customer? My 8-year-old daughter. We need to have a face-off on who has the better website between you.
It's probably your daughter because mine was built because I on Saturdays I do a live stream and I have been for a couple months now.
Jury Saturdays.
People have been like, hey, when is it going to be a podcast? And so I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how to do it. And you want to know what was the easiest solution by far instead of getting some hosting space and putting I know how to do I use WordPress every single day. Instead of using WordPress, I figured let me just go for the all one big fat solution with Squarespace.com. And man, it was super easy to set up. I didn't want a lot of bells and whistles. I didn't even really want it to look good.
What's the website?
I literally just needed a website.
What's the website?
Jurytalks.com.
J-R-Y.
I signed up for a year, and I got a free domain with checkout.
Jury. Jury Talks.
JurYtalks.
There we go. Dude, this looks freaking great.
So there we go. You can, and it was super easy. And I'm planning on
aging British sluts.
I'm planning on kind of dressing it up a little bit more and making it look cooler. But for what it needed to be, it was absolutely perfect. I was able to sync the RSS feed up with a feed burner and got that off to iTunes. You can now go to iTunes right now, search Jury, and the Jury podcast is up there right now. All thanks to Squarespace.
Now, we do for anyone who hasn't heard of Squarespace, Squarespace makes it ridiculously easy to make a blog portfolio or any other kind of websites. They got these templates. You plug it in. The trial's totally free. Just hop on. You can start creating. I did the same thing because I was lazy. My daughter's like, I love pandas. We learned that they're endangered. And I'm like, why do you talk like an old lady? She goes, why do you talk like a loser? And then, and so she wanted to register panda-save.com. And I just turned her loose. I went out for the day. And when I came back, she had created Project Panda, a website all about, about saving pandas. And it's got lots of, where's the menu? Oh, wait. No, there we go. Let's do the action about. There we go. There you go. She wrote this. See, pandas are very endangered. Scientists estimate there's only 1,600 left. How you can help? Go to a site like this one and donate. We do not accept donations. And then she got it up, and it was super easy. Did it in no time, and you could get what's the discount that we're offering for friends who use Squarespace?
Brian, the offer is this. You don't need a credit card. If you decide to purchase and you use NSFW1, you are going to get 10% off your first purchase on new accounts.
Okay, NSFW 1. That's the only way they know that it's there, that is there making this here. Otherwise, if you don't use promo code NSFW 1, this is what will happen in NSFW show. It's going to be this from now on, this fine coverage from The Verge. This is the Qualcomm CES keynote. So here we go. It counts down. You know what we should do is we should break this whole thing down. Check this out.
New Year.
I'm part of a new generation. Texting.
I'm John, but better known by Tornado 92. I just coned half the world from backstage. So eat it, Volcano Mom 53. Ooh! And I have a sweet job and a hot girlfriend, and by hot, I mean like fuego.
Boom! My phone is my conference room. Heads up. Imagine.
And it's just this. And then Steve Ballmer shows up and runs around on stage. It is awesomely ridiculous. And just type in The Verge, most insane keynote ever, Qualcomm.
Dude. Absolutely.
Cheeto's like, play more. Here, I'll give you a little taste.
Funny cat videos meets Gangnam Style. Boom! Can you dig it? I can dig it.
We're born mobile.
We're born mobile.
You gotta be mobile if you want to be a top dog.
Or a tough-ass warrior.
Or super popular.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
It actually reminds me
childhood?
of like the Bill and Ted sketch show from Halloween Horror Nights.
It does. It's got the same vaguely stilted delivery as you. Oh my God! Yes.
And it's kind of like it's written to be funny, but like for whatever reason it can't be all that funny.
Right.
Like the only difference would be in the Bill and Ted show they would throw in like a random C word. Like that would just be like not funny but randomly placed but make you feel like ill at ease. It'd be like totally popular. MFC.
MFC? Wait, what is MFC?
Mother, father, cuddles?
Okay, sorry. I assumed that was like an industry term. I was going to drop it at the next board meeting.
Well, if you can see, sir, our Q3 MFCs are off the chain.
So, yeah, I probably shouldn't continue this line of comparison because I would love to work again at Halloween Horror Nights. That was a lot of fun.
I'll just drop bombs. They're terrible.
That's okay.
They've been terrible.
Stop.
The show's been awful since I've been going to Halloween Horror Nights as a Florida resident.
Nope.
For most of my life.
Nope. And
it stinks on ice.
We're done. Okay, and we're out. So there's that. So, hey man, did you see? Here, let's go back to this totally different other thing.
Or a CEO. 2 years ago, right here on this stage, Microsoft took a major step forward. And this year, Paul, 10,000 applications were added in the last month alone. CNN, Sony's Crackle, Songza, Twitter, Expedia, and Fitbit. They also have plenty of Huffington Post, the No Textbooks, Dropbox, Barnes & Noble, Nook, the Disney's Where's My Water application. We're working with some amazing people. Please welcome Guillermo del Toro.
Like, this is the part where it just goes, what does Qualcomm do? Do you even know?
Chip manufacturer.
Right. Like, is there any device that you can name of that's a Qualcomm something or other?
I mean, I know they used to make phones, right? Like,
yeah, that's what I think
That was in the pre-smartphone world. They were pretty good at that. And then, I mean, I guess now they're like Intel or any of those other like chipset manufacturers. They just work with other hardware companies to. People are saying the Snapdragon chip.
Oh, yeah. There we go. They made cake for him to follow.
Yeah, there he goes.
Here, Guillermo del Toro. Can't ever say his name.
Actor Alice Eve.
How much do you think she gets paid for that?
Who is that?
She's going to be in the new Star Trek movie.
Oh, okay.
So all right, so a young actress on the make got probably a pretty good payday out of Star Trek. How much you think she gets paid relative to what she made for being in Star Trek, which will undoubtedly make her famous?
Sure.
How much more or less do you think she got paid to literally walk out on stage for probably the 5 seconds
For something like this? I would say I would say 50 grand.
50 grand just to walk out on stage?
Yeah, I think so.
And how much do you think she probably made for like being in Star Trek?
$250,000? Maybe
Yeah.
$500,000?
So she could do that 5 times and make the exact same amount of money.
Well, okay, but here's the problem: is it doesn't the work doesn't scale. Like she is in a position now where for this kind of event where they want to cash in on that kind of celebrity, they can afford to. They have the budget to bring her in, but how many of these kinds of events are there, and how hard are they hustling for it, and what's her star power at this moment, and so on, and how good is her agent?
Star Trek's going to be a really big movie.
No,
like
no.
you tell me in Japan.
It has
in
nothing.
India.
Has nothing to do with the movie. It has to do with how many of these Qualcomm, how many of these big of keynotes are there to do? So it's like
worldwide,
huh? Well,
worldwide. I mean, you got to
worldwide-
figure there's going to be a big one in Japan. There's going to be a big one. There's going to be like big trade stuff in
Sure. Well, I mean,
Europe.
that's the reason that celebrities go out to those things. But it's like I'm thinking that maybe I'm gonna say maybe 24 opportunities like this per year. That like where she's right for it. And then of those, you book what, a half, a third of them maybe.
Yeah, but like still, that's more money than she made doing Star Trek.
But by our made-up figures that we just decided on, absolutely, sir. Good point.
Third friend, Big Bird. All right. Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Did you see the regret on that dude's face? Who was that dude dressed as Big Bird's shabby, dejected, out of the closet
I hope
cousin?
it was his son.
He's just sort of sighs there.
I'm happy, Dad.
South Africa.
CS 2013.
Desmond
Rolls-Royce
Tutu.
with an electric motor. Ladies and gentlemen, Maroon 5.
His microphone didn't work. Did that happen?
What?
Yes. That's amazing. That's awesome. Oh, this is the best thing ever.
We're calling Gen M now, the born mobile generation.
Born mobile? Born mobile.
Born mobile generation.
Born mobile?
Born mobile. Born mobile. Were you
There-
born mobile?
Not exactly.
Steve McTillis tutor. I was born for megadiscs.
Oh, good God.
Wow. So there's
Were you
that.
born mobile?
I was porn mobile. Is that what you meant? Wait,
Were you born mobile on the 4th of July?
I was bored mobile is what I was. I was on a plane once and I had no Qualcomm devices.
Were you born in Mobile, Alabama?
I was bored hobbled. I was hobbled to a board. Is that a thing you can be?
I was Horde Hobbit. I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings and I play World of Warcraft.
I was Lloyd Dobler and bored hobo is what I was.
I was Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber.
I was Christopher Lloyd back in the before he got the gig as 1.21 gigawatts.
I was Christoph Waltz from Django Unchained.
I was Waltz with Me, a song that I just made up in my mind right now.
I was Mr. Brushwood, a Hispanic version of Brian Brushwood that we're marketing to Latin American countries.
Hello, it's me, Mr. Brushwood. The concept of fire eating is as old as history as itself. As far back as the ancient tragedy of Medea, references are made to the concept of fire. Holding a bar of
Mr. Brushwood!
Clap for me! Continue the claps! Watch my show, NSFWs. He's turning into Rush.
Aye. Follow at Mr. Schwood on Twitter.
I give away many magic tricks.
Please go to Mr. Brushwood's web series, Scam Escuela.
Sponsored by Squarespace. I think we went through like 8 different accents in the middle of that.
It was a real auditory journey, the likes of which you can only truly experience on Clicks by Old John Smokey.
How did we get to here? All right, so let's take it back to Austin Legend. You know, I got my start on cable access television, right? And
what?
The day, yeah. Wait. Yeah, no. I guess no. I did national television and then I did Austin cable access television. But I was doing a promo for a magic convention that was in town the day I met Corey Coleman, who, by the way,
what were your lines in that promo? Do you remember your lines?
Oh, I just performed a trick. It was on something called the PSA show. But this is the day I met Corey Coleman, and I was a huge fan of The Real Deal, his cable access show. So I was like, hey man, I'm gonna eat some fire for this promo thing.
How old is Corey, by the way?
I think he's only like 3 years older than me. So if I'm 37, I'm gonna turn.
Because you could tell me anything, anywhere from 16 to 50, and I'd be like, makes sense.
Yeah, right. I think he is like 3 years older than me. But yeah, so Spill.com won a podcast award, by the way. And
did.
So
just last night?
Just last night. And George
We
Robb,
were nominated. Did you know that we were nominated?
Yeah. I could have sworn that you knew too. Sorry. But you know what it is the podcast award. Here's the problem with it is it's one of those awards where it's vote every day. So many, you get 10 times to vote per day or whatever. And you vote like publicly by shouting about the podcast awards, you know?
Yeah.
I honestly think we could have won if we asked, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like
I didn't know. I was very surprised that we were nominated, but I'm happy we were.
Should we have put the word out and beat the drum and everything? Because I think it.
I mean, like, what won? Some random poop won in our category, right? Like, I'd never even heard of it.
I don't know. What the chat room will tell us.
It was like Rob is Rob's a guy who's probably wanted for sexual predatorily.
You know, Rob has sex with your mother. The podcast.
Yeah. Rob rubs. Where Rob rubs, nobody rows.
Goes woo. I don't know. It's funny because it's like I don't know. To be honest,
is he a famous Rob?
I don't know. Rob Rubs?
Is it Rob Riggle?
Here's what's weird about it is
Robert McNamara.
Rob Boberson. It's Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner?
Is it really Rob and his fleshlight? Is that the name of it?
Rob Halford? Rob Lowe?
Rob Schneider. There we go. Podcast awards. So here's the thing though that's weird about it is essentially the method to win the podcast awards is the same method we used to cheat to win everything with NSFW, but like those are the rules and we wouldn't be breaking the rules to play that. We'd be playing by their rules. And so I don't know. That's weird. Like, I don't know. It'd be more fun to cheat.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's done now, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really care about. Like,
I mean, it would
be nice. It would have been nice to have it, but whatever.
Yeah, here we go. Here's a scene from us. There's Leo Laporte. At least Leo knows we were nominated. So thank you, Leo, for knowing.
So wait,
that.
what were we? We were just in entertainment.
Entertainment. It was Authentic Live Radio. We were you know what? That's what it was. We were up against Hollywood Babylon And I guess that's
But
the
that
only
didn't even
one.
win.
Wow. Huh. I guess at that point, I thought we were up against one of the spill.com podcasts. And so that's part of the reason I didn't really go nuts about it. Because I didn't want to bury our enemies, our friends.
People are saying that Leo thought NSFW was the Philip DeFranco show.
No, that's not true. That's pretty funny. Anyway, next year I promise we'll blow things up.
Jammer B's telling me that he was joking, that Leo read our name and said, well, I've heard of that one.
Oh, that's funny. That's good enough. Wait, no, we were gonna look at something else. There's a news story. I was telling you about Austin.
Cable access.
Yes, cable access is who got his start in cable access. So this is where I met Corey Coleman. The producer for this little PSA show that I was on was Alex Jones's girlfriend at the time. Alex Jones got his start in Austin Cable Access Television. And so I saw him there at Cable Access. I saw him, I got my start appearing on 98.9 KJFK, the Shannon Burke Show in Austin, Texas. And Alex Jones was on right after him. So I would see him coming and going as whenever I made an appearance. So it's like I've kind of sat back and watched. And now here's Alex Jones appearing and making cogent arguments? ?
No. Well, no, he's not. All right. So for the rest of the planet who did not grow up in Austin Cable Access,
yes,
you would know Alex Jones as a popular syndicated radio host and somebody for whom has become increasingly popular because basically whenever there's a two-term president,
sure,
the opposition to that tends to become very, very popular because there's a lot for them to complain about. And there's a lot everybody loves a movement. Everybody loves climbing up the hill and blowing up the Death Star. And
right.
So Alex Jones is somebody who has, probably conservative, but not conservative in any kind of,
No. Just far off. We're talking full on, truthers. 9/11 was an inside job.
Huge conspiracy.
Yes. Loves the conspiracy theory stuff. Everything up to and including, I don't want to put words in his mouth. We'll let him talk. So
he, after the shooting in Connecticut, Piers Morgan on his CNN show became a very big, he had gun control was going to be his big topic. And he's really, really hit hard on it. He's really tried to hold people's feet to the fire about having gun control. So Alex Jones decides that they're going to go to that hilarious, easily the most the most used piece of the Obama administration, which is the completely useless petition tool, where you're able to petition anything on the WhiteHouse.gov site.
Yep.
To deport Piers Morgan.
Wait, he was he the one that started that?
He is the one who started that, or at least has championed it.
Okay.
And it's now over 100,000.
It's over 9,000. We
can
can verify that for sure.
That was his first. That was Piers Morgan's. As we're going to play this clip, that's his first question to him: is why should I be deported? Anyway, Piers Morgan decides to have him on, and this is what happens.
Okay, now this is a lot here, so I don't know where to begin or where to jump. Is there a particular clip or highlights that somebody's put together?
If we just go with the first segment, the first segment is all I saw, and it's magic.
All right, here we go.
And joining me now is one of the people behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host of the Alex Jones Show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
Why do you want to deport me?
Well, we did it as a way to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners.
All right, Brian, pause.
You had to bring attention to the fact.
I just want to illustrate for the audio listeners that this is, to me, in terms of egomaniacal gas bag morons, a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla battle. They are both so insufferable by themselves that to see them waging war on each other over the Tokyo that is the American media landscape on CNN is a beautiful, beautiful experience. And just even look at their body language. Go to the still frame
Sure,
of them
sure,
both
sure,
at the very beginning.
Yeah, where it's at the beginning where, let's
So
see.
just the two shots, you
Yeah.
can see both of them.
Trying to find it, not so much having it. Here we go.
Behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host
It
of
comes
the
right out of this
Alex
video
Jones
package.
show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
All right, there we go. Number one, Piers Morgan, whose special power, his special move,
his special
the way
purpose.
that Ryu's is the Hadouken, is to be very sly, very slimy, and very arrogant.
Sure.
So
smug. Sit there and smirk
Well-
whenever someone says.
So of course his first question is, why should I be deported?
Yeah.
So it's immediately putting him on the defensive. You're trying to hurt me. Like now you, the big bully, explain why you're such a big bully.
Well, and you can see from his body language that he's clearly coming out swinging right from the beginning.
And now, meanwhile, go to Alex Jones, who is a complete lunatic psychotic and is shiftily and nervously clutching a pile of papers
Well, we did it
like a
as
crazy
way
person.
to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners and the Russian government, the official Chinese government. Mao said political power goes out of the barrel of a gun. He killed about 80 million people because he's the only guy that had the guns. So we did it to point out that this is globalism and the mega banks that control the planet and brag that they've taken over.
Wow! Wait a minute, holy cow! 52 seconds! 52 seconds in before he starts busting out the complete, oh my God, that's amazing!
By the way, and in the same way, he would say, Piers, I took the 6 train down from Midtown to get to your studio. Like, he just, as if it's like the regular thing. Like, what, the mega banks that control the planet and brag about it.
I get the impression that he's just I noticed that there's no mayonnaise because you are owned by the Rothschilds organizations.
Keep going.
Are you
going?
All right.
In Bloomberg, AP, Reuters, you name it, brag that they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny while the government buys
I like tyranny!
World tyranny! We are not dealing with an erosion of our personal freedom. Because, by the way, there is an element of his argument
my favorite part
is shared by more sane people. And normally what you get is like I'm wearing the my Reason sweater, right?
Sure.
Reason magazine, the Reason
By
Foundation.
the way, we are like 70% the nut job that of what he's representing. So it's like we're the
aspire
idiots
to be as crazy as Alex Jones one day. I aspire to descend into the madness that clouds Alex Jones's mind.
It's almost like we get the best experience because every time he starts to talk, it's like
So, but like, the great people at Reason, who are fantastic writers, and everybody should go read their stuff because it's very, very good. Like, they, as even if they are cynical about elements of the government, it's always like, well, there goes another freedom. All right,
what are you
we can
gonna
talk
do?
about it. We can explain what it is, but whatever. Never is it mentioned world tyranny or any of these things are the last final straw before the mega banks roll in their jackbooted thugs.
Okay, now here's my favorite part is he talks about world tyranny as if it's their carnival. Like he's just like they want to have their world tyranny. Listen.
That they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny.
It's me, Mr. Brushwood. I'm here to perform for World Tyranny 2013.
Government buys 1.6 billion bullets.
Ferris Bueller's
armored
at the world
vehicles, tanks,
tyranny. He's
helicopters,
singing Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
Predator drones armed, now in U.S. skies, being used to arrest people in North Dakota.
The Rolling Stones performing. It's going to be amazing.
The Second Amendment isn't there for duck hunting.
Hall
It's
and
there to
Oates are at the world tyranny.
World Tyranny 2013, dude. It's going to be amazing.
Private eyes are watching you. What do you think that song's about, Piers?
You.
By the way, and also my other favorite part about him is that he just names these things as if like we know what they are, like drones arresting people in North Dakota.
Well, and that's part of it. I recognize that, like, when he was on the radio, like, a decade ago, I was just like, wow, if you rattle off a lot of things that sound like things I should know, it makes me feel small and dumb and it makes me instantly feel like your argument has merit. That's amazing.
Yes. Now, keep going, because we've been riffing on Alex Jones. Don't worry. Mechagodzilla comes back. Right now he's getting pummeled by Godzilla.
Sure.
Mechagodzilla uses his smug powers.
As we always have to do, we have to take a quick moment to remind you that this episode of NSFW brought to you by Scamisquela con Mr. Brushwood. Coming to
Mr. Brushwood.
Mr. Brushwood. He's going to be performing at World Tyranny 2013. Keep an eye on it. Here we go.
From tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show.
Oh my God, can you see the smug on Piers Morgan's face? Like, even from this side angle, like he's letting him run wild, and he's like, my only defense is the smug shield 8000.
Yeah, basically what's happening is imagine he has created a smug force field. It is a big glowing egg that has enveloped him. And right now, Alex Jones is just unloading both barrels of his superpower with just this huge magma blast right at it. And it's just, it's affecting the force field. You know, it's wobbling a little bit.
No, inside,
the
little Captain Picard inside of his head is flopping around, you know, being rattled, but no significant damage. It's handling everything.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
There to protect us from tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show didn't tell you that the women of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms.
Like physically giant. They're novelty petitions.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the checks you give to golfers.
They're like, who doesn't like rape? But make it big.
Because the police can't.
Everything's bigger in India.
Them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics.
Like the fact, okay, so we're now 40 seconds in, or 50 seconds. Wait, no, we're full minute. He's let him go a full minute. He wants to come in.
And yeah, just go back to, so now Piers can't take any more. He's ready for his counter.
Sure.
And watch Alex Jones just destroy him.
Well, and what's funny, and plus, like, Alex Jones somehow is able to just come out like blah, 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 blah. And then the moment Piers Morgan tries to respond, Alex Jones is wounded that he's being interrupted and not being allowed to speak.
Well, and again, like Gallagher, he's brought props. So he has his crazy man, just disheveled pile of papers that you could only imagine he's carried in his hand, not a briefcase, from Austin, Texas to wherever they're shooting the CNN show. He's just like, he's so crazy that he probably didn't even, take it out of his hand during the TSA. Like he's just been fingering it the entire time.
Of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms because the police can't and won't protect them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics that come out.
Can we please, in the middle of our national broadcast, just show this? You can look at some numbers. There's numbers in here.
I have numbers on the page.
Will you let the numbers?
These papers go for 3 days, Piers.
Let the numbers speak.
2011.
Piers, I have FBI statistics.
+% crime drop in the last 9
By the way, if you're watching, Alex, we love you. Sincerely.
years. Real violent crime, because more guns means less crime. Britain took the guns 15, 16
Look
years.
at those papers. They just have, like, you ever just hold on to loose leaf paper for a while and eventually they just have the grooves of your fingers in them? Like, those are those papers.
Yes.
Years ago, tripling overall violent
Hang
crime.
on.
True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall mugging, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin.
Oh, who had Hitler at 2 minutes in?
Wait a minute. Wait, let this go. Because what is happening now is people are saying that, like, in like the Les Mis movie, you have like the big Anne Hathaway song, and then the thing that's like the big sweeping, a pinnacle to the modern or the modern musical. This moment right now,
all right,
is cinematically and artistically gorgeous for crazy people and broadcast television debate. Just
the guns.
Without
Mao
commentary.
took the guns.
Alex
Castro
Jones.
took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? And that's why you're going to fail.
Oh my God, the smug shield goes even bigger. Like the eyebrows, it's like he dials the eyebrows up to 12, and you can see it like blang, 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 blang.
The card is in there. Dial the eyebrows to 12. Dialing to 12.
They're like, the eyebrows don't physically go any higher. Dial them higher, damn you! Or we're all going to have to listen to this.
Divert power from the tie to the eyebrows.
Yeah, drop the accent. Drop the accent. Do what it takes.
Establishment knows
Well,
no matter
now,
how much
Alex.
propaganda.
He does. He turns total. He drops all his pretense, but he's smug. He's like smug hayseed. He's just
Go back to 1776 will happen again. And just understand, again, the American Revolution will happen again. And by the way, if you think that it's lost that he's yelling at a British person by threatening 1776, wait until he makes that point explicit in like 30 seconds.
Oh my
And the
God.
iron rods, the guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will...
Like lasers. Blast your eyebrows off. They can't go any higher.
Although, look at him with his Dwayne The Rock Johnson style arched eyebrow on the side, though. If you smell what buying seeds and gold can do when the government comes to take your firearms.
Do you know what year we had a revolution? It does not matter what year we had a revolution. The Jones says this.
Commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them.
Dude, he is so aware. He's like, the whole time he's thinking, live TV, no backseas. Live TV, no backseas. Yeah. This is amazing, man.
You understand?
He's just like, and
That's
by the
why
way,
you're going to
he's
fail
just
in
like,
these-
listen, Piers. Because I think Alex Jones is, for as crazy as he is, I have a feeling he's a very smart guy, you know? And he understands that, you want to know what, Piers? You did this to yourself. Because if your ratings weren't so low, you would have never booked me knowing that I was going to be a complete lunatic and a train wreck.
I mean, what were they thinking, man? All right, this is, yeah, people are saying.
This is exactly what they, I mean, like, if they didn't think it, they knew it.
Well, certainly the producers did. I mean, do you think Pierce thought that it would go this way, or do you think like some producer, because I have very little grown-up television experience, but my first television experience was on a failing, dying show. It was the Roseanne talk show, and when I was there, it's the only time on American television that they've ever let me do the nail in the eye trick, and I did not know this at the time, but Roseanne was a huge germaphobe, and it was clear that on this dying, sinking ship, a producer wanted to make good television that utterly ruined her day. And so
that just disgusted her.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, I wonder if something like this happened where they're all like, oh, I think it'll be controversial. I mean, if you're up for, little sparks might fly, not.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I think like they knew what it was, and they knew that it had the capability to be a completely unhinged explosion.
Right.
And the only reason why, because like them doing their regular show isn't drawing any people.
Right.
So why not?
Okay, so here we go.
Establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns.
Tell me he says, don't tread on me at some moments.
Oh, even better. Even better. Keep going.
Revolution against Santa Anna. My family was at the core on both sides starting that because Santa Anna came to take the guns at Gonzales, Texas. Pierce, don't try what your ancestors did.
So he said specifically. Oh man, yeah. Here's what I expect to have happen: is it cuts over to Pierce. His eyebrows have now gone all the way around to the back of his head. They're so high.
Are on a plane to Heathrow.
Yes,
they've left the country.
But
they're
then,
back to London.
So okay, snaps over to Pierce, eyebrows back of the head. Snaps back to Alex Jones, and his T-shirt is just off, and you don't know when that happened. But he's already cutting a switch.
Exactly. No, first it's undershirt. It's just like the U undershirt.
All right, here we go.
before. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting. You can become an American and join the Republic.
You finished?
All right, here we go. So now he's got to, at this point, his eyebrows have gone so far back, he just has to go all the way around. There's no stopping him. So they come back up his chin.
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my...
Yes, I am finished. By which I mean, here I go again.
I have more to talk about.
Right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one...
Wait a minute. Here it goes. Because, by the way, this was... And understand this is the combat. Because Piers' weapon, which he wields very effectively, is smug. So what he did is he took that gigantic firepower rant and shoved it as in our illustration exclusive to NSFW that we are showing you right now on the screen, is he shoved it right back in his face with the like, are you done? You know, so now he looks like the idiot. But what does Alex Jones do to fight back? The one thing he does better than anybody else, a crazier conspiracy theory.
Prozac.
Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Oh, man.
Keep going.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, whoa, got to cut that off, don't you?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, my God.
Talk about the U.S. number one cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide mass murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answer's...
Oh, my God. This is amazing. Tell me he kept him on the entire show.
I think they did 2 segments. This is the only one I saw. But by the way, at this point now, Piers Morgan is out of moves because he's tried to do the like, he's tried to shame him.
Yeah.
Into being like, are you done? You're embarrassing yourself on national TV. And now he's just outright trying to explain to him, hey, you're settle down. And Alex Jones is like, dude, I'm way too crazy for that. Like, I'm so much more crazier than to understand the concept of shame on national television.
That's such a brilliant side move, though, is to just mention a spot, mention something, like at any given time, have something queued up, and when you can tell something, you're about to be interrupted, mention something where you can accuse somebody of cutting you off or shutting down your message the moment it happens.
Exactly. Prozac, whoop, have to cut that off, don't you?
It's amazing.
Give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Piers.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud.
It's fine.
Wow.
I love the hand gesture there. He has like this kind of like background singer for the Supremes.
No, you know what it looks like?
smooth.
It looks like the short-lived Pepsi had their little hand gesture thing that they did for a while. Do you remember that?
If you wanna go, it's in his kiss. That's where it is.
I'm not doing the same old script. That's what it is.
Bud,
I'm sick
how
of the
many
same
gun
old script
murders
there,
were there in
bud.
America?
Okay, so here we go. So Smug Shield have been rocked. He got rocked the sauce out here.
Murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answers give more money to the psychiatrist.
Wow, he got halfway through a question and he just shouted murder pills. That is going to be the new way I settle debates with the wife.
Murder pills.
Oh, we can't talk about the murder pills, can we? All of a sudden, the garbage. Oh, look, take out the garbage. Let me tell you something. That garbage
Shut
back
that down, don't you?
1976, that garbage, the garbage will rise again.
1976.
Prozac. You know the number one... Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, whoa, got to cut that off, don't you?
Oh, wait,
I want to talk...
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud.
It's fine.
That's
bud.
what a script.
How many gun murders were there in America last year? Do you know?
There were about 11,458, and about 74%
See,
of...
this is what's brilliant, is he comes across looking like, like the Deus Ex Machina of knowing everything, like, oh, he shut you down. He knew exactly that number. Just make it up. Just make that. That's what I'm going to do all the time now. I'm going to do it on tech journalism. I'm going to be like, well, as we all know, the Isobus was never defeated with the 802973 Standard Treaty of 1776 will rise again.
What, just look at their profit to earnings ratio in Q3 2004. Tells the tale.
I'm sorry, murder pills. Murder pills.
those were gang-related, gangbangers shooting each other. You get 3.5 to 4,000.
That wasn't the
How
question.
many people died from it?
Yes.
I love, again, by the way, all Piers Morgan is trying to do with every question he is to set him up for the smug punch.
Yes.
He's waiting for him. But the problem with that is that you have to, A, stop talking, which Alex Jones will not do. And B, you have to, on some level, like treat him with good faith, which Alex Jones has no interest in doing.
Right.
Infections in hospitals,
If I may
197,000.
Let me just ask you a second.
That's
question.
right.
How many
That's right. Yeah, it's like at this. Oh my God. All right, go ahead.
gun murders were there in Britain?
How
last
many
year?
great white sharks?
No, how many?
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God. I don't know.
How
who
many
sent
great
this.
white sharks?
So,
Can we
yeah.
get? Let me go on. Let's get more. Let's get more gifts here. Let's get more Godzilla. gifts.
Yeah. We need more because this. You're right. This is the greatest thing ever.
Kill people every year, but they're scared to swim.
Right. How many gun murders were there in Britain?
A very low amount. I already went over those
How many?
statistics.
Do you know?
I was only a few hundred.
No. How many gun murders?
I actually did pull up the statistics. Here, let me pull them out right here. I figured you'd do that.
Gun murders.
Aha! I was on to you. I predicted it. Look, my
I'm gonna
predictions
go
in
back
this.
to my hastily compiled, yet inside the grass for over 3 days pile of shifty papers.
I want him to pull out from there an envelope. You say, you can see I got a seal on there. It says 1776 because I knew I'd mention that year. My name and signature right here. You can see it's sealed on all four sides. I'm going to tear it open.
What if
There it
it's all
is.
scripted? Like that's actually his script, and he's been studying it. This is all a monologue he's been working on.
Amazing.
UK violent crime capital of Europe. London Telegraph. Here, let me
It's
give you
quite
more.
a simple question.
Well, that's the oldest.
You're a very
that's the
loud man.
No, that's the
You
oldest.
make a lot of noise.
To ask me some little factoid.
It's not a little factor.
I already said earlier.
We're talking about
England
a
has a
country.
lot lower gun crime rate because you took all the guns.
Let me try exactly
but
my
you've
point.
got hordes of people burning down.
See, okay, that's the other brilliant thing he does is the moment somebody, there's a legitimate point, then just see it and then act like don't ever acknowledge it. Just act like you already acknowledged it and it's old news.
Yeah.
And you don't
Like,
understand why
and
that's
it's-
still an
it's
issue.
A very insignificant small part of the larger grand theorem that you are painting so eloquently and beautifully.
You're like, yes, there's a black dot in this whole painting. Are you busy? There's an X-wing flying into Godzilla's face, shooting lasers out of the Merlin's eyeballs. Why are you not?
How many
Why are you
great
not
white
talking about the
sharks have
eyeballs?
guns, Piers?
Look, I'll tell you what.
One time I met a shark, spoke British with a gun.
Spoke
You're
British.
telling me I'm crazy? You're crazy.
Cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
What a ridiculous
They arrest
statement.
people in England if they defend themselves. That's on record.
By the way,
my God,
that was
you've got a total police state. Everybody's
Piers
fleeing
Morgan.
that country
He's
because the
critical. Critical mass right now.
Oh, no.
This is the deck of the Enterprise.
He's like, why are the smoke shields not holding? They're like, they're gone. They're utterly destroyed. It's like, are you gonna return fire? He's like, fire half pulse laser, I guess. Call him a jerk. Call him a jerk.
Exactly, because that was like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's like, the only thing that he can't say is just like, because he's trying to fire back, but he corrals. He corrals it and recoils, right?
All right, here. Corrals and recoils. I like that. Here we go.
You've had to flee here, bud. Why don't you tell
fled
folks? Yeah, you fled here. Why don't you go back and face the charges for the hacking scandal?
Answer this question.
By the way, okay, number one, I only watch this because I'm a big fan, and I've talked about it a bunch, about the website, The Drudge Report. I think that if you want to read tomorrow's news today, read The Drudge Report, because that's where all the newspaper editors and most of the website editors of America read for, like, odd news of the weird and stuff like that and big trend stories.
Right.
He is a big fan of Alex Jones and has been trumpeting the theory that if CNN, which is now under a new Jeff Zucker is now running CNN.
Okay.
If they want to save Piers Morgan, make it a debate show between Alex Jones and Piers Morgan.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'll
That's
tell you
like
what.
Drudge's idea.
The whole world would tune in for that, man.
I hate both these people, but I would love to watch a television show with them together for these reasons, if only because, they did that show Parker Spitzer on CNN.
Yeah.
Where it was like, Elliot Spitzer, who had that whole hooker thing.
Yeah.
where it's like, I always just thought it was just, it's a crap show. Because if anybody was really in a debate with Elliot Spitzer and was really passionate, how long would it take before to be like, hey, hooker guy, where do you get off talking about anything? You're
Yes.
the governor, and then you got busted with a hooker.
Yes,
Like,
correct.
Alex Jones will go there. Alex Jones is a guest on a show, and it takes him only a minute and a half to mention that the 1776 revolution will happen again, to point out that Piers Morgan is British, and then also, hey, go back and face the hacking scandal, you fraud.
Yeah, why don't you face the charges? You fled to America. Dude, this is amazing. All right, here we go. What else we got?
How many?
Why'd you get fired from the Daily Mirror for putting out fake
Oh
stories?
my God! Wow!
My girlfriend Stacy break up with you.
You know what? Smell my fingers.
1776 happened to her foxhole. Piers.
Hatchet man of the New World Order. Okay. You're a hatchet man. And I'm going to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy?
That's amazing.
New world order.
Murder pills. Here, you think you're a tough guy? Eat these murder pills. And then we'll fight. We're going to box.
Exactly. He's the hatchet man for the New World Order, like Buff Bagwell.
Oh. Have me back with a boxing ring in here.
Oh, what?
Red, white, and blue, and you can...
He actually said boxing.
Keep going. It's amazing. It doesn't stop
Jolly
getting
Roger.
amazing.
Okay.
You know what?
Let's try again. How many gun murders were there?
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
In Britain last
You gonna ban your fist? He starts saying, "Where's that? I'm Piers Morgan. I got 2 lethal weapons right here. I don't need no guns." Is the ban hammer?
Piers Morgan, I have 2 fists. They're legally killing instruments.
Get ready.
I fight Marcus of Queensberry rules. Hey, Piers.
Hey, Piers, you gonna ban your fist? What, are you gonna fist me? Go ahead, fist me, Piers. I dare you.
I'll show you. I fisted Stacy last night. Remember her?
year.
Your ex-girlfriend I just brought up.
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin?
He's got a move for everything. He's got. Yeah, if I wait for it to be like, I'll choose pistols at dawn.
I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually
Which, by the way,
35.
all right, pause it.
Yep.
This was, so Piers Morgan, the entire time,
He's waiting
is
for this.
literally just trying to set up for him to guess how many gun murders there were in Britain.
Sure.
Have him guess wrong.
Sure.
And then embarrass him.
Sure. And so this
But
is his
he's
crowning
so
achievement.
Smug, he keeps getting destabilized by Alex Jones is crazy that even after he got him to do it in saying that there were hundreds, he couldn't get back to like just saying, you said hundreds, it's in fact not. And then
It's less than hundreds.
Yeah.
It's 35 is less than hundreds, so you were off.
How many gun murders were there
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
in Britain last year?
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually 35.
And you can see the grim, the smirk, little smirk to throw it on top, little acid in them wounds.
there we go. Shields re-strengthening.
Nicely done, sir. Here we go.
Well,
Here we go.
point
The
is, you
eyebrows are
against
slowly
11
receding down.
Do you understand the difference between 11,000
Yeah, England
and
wants
35?
to ban knives now because tens of thousands are getting stabbed.
But do you
Gonna
understand
ban
the
knives?
difference?
The knife
between
doesn't kill people.
Do you
The
understand?
gun doesn't kill people.
Yes.
Listen,
do you understand
do you
the difference
understand
between
you're not going to
35
pull on
and
America's
11,000?
heartstrings. They know your script, okay? You're not going to get our guns. By the way, you guys always say, we just want to take the semi-autos, okay, and all this other stuff.
By the way, all right, so
Semi-autos
pause.
aren't even
Hold on. I gotta pause it. There we go.
go.
All right, go ahead.
What he did is Piers Morgan, that was his gambit was get him to guess a number,
Yeah, and have him be wrong.
say
and
he's
then,
wrong,
Yep.
and then shame again. This is all into shaming him into slowing down,
Right.
right? And by the way, this is a strategy which has worked brilliantly with many people. Like even people like there was a big viral video with him and Penn Jillette
Sure.
arguing about like atheism.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't have to play it, but like Penn Jillette, about as good of a talker as you could possibly find.
Right.
He is stunned by Piers' smugness. Alex Jones is the only person I've ever seen just to pile right through it because he is so crazy he doesn't listen. And so he's like, oh, like 35, and then immediately upon, instead of shame, he just says, well, you're also gonna ban knives. Why are you gonna ban knives? I don't think that's even real or true. He's just saying it.
Oh,
pull those numbers up, okay? No, hold on.
No, let me ask you one question. Which weapon?
Which I still haven't done yet. Smugs, look, the eyebrows have come down. This is real concern on his face. This is like, it's not working. The smug, he doesn't slide off.
Was predominantly used in the Aurora movie theater shooting.
M4 AR-15 variants.
So it was a semi-automatic assault rifle.
Again,
okay,
but
next
statistically,
question.
it's very, very low.
That was. Do you agree it was the single biggest shooting in the history of America in terms of people hit by a shooter?
Oh, get ready for the no. There's no way he would agree with that.
Do you know that?
No, I believe that there were others. There's been some other shootings from about over 30.
No, this was the single biggest mass shooting.
Well, listen, you're just going. No, there have been bombings of Wall Street.
Let me ask you a second question.
Are we going to listen? Why can't the pilots have firearms? We trust them to fly the planes.
Alex, you've had a lot to say.
No,
just
my point is the Second Amendment is sacrosanct, and you're not getting it.
Do you know which weapon?
Man, it's hard to make this part funny because he's just patiently explaining something to someone who doesn't want to hear it.
Was used in the Oregon shopping mall mass shooting recently.
I understand that people...
why is he not... His trick is to never shut up.
Well, no. Now, yeah. So he is... Piers Morgan is now in a rhythm.
Yes.
Now he's in the rhythm of like, I want to ask you questions, and I am going to continue to lower the tone of my voice so I seem calmer.
I'll tell you what. You know what we could do? We can enhance this right here. Let me go ahead.
I'm seeing your script, bud.
There we go. Let me just pop this in. Do a little...
who are mentally ill, on the serotonin inhibitors, who play these shoot-'em-up games, want to go out and do this. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights, Piers. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights.
Just answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you know what the weapon used was?
Listen, let me ask you a question.
No, answer.
I've got the FBI statistics that, listen, that these so-called semi-autos that you talk about.
Take a break. Let me come back.
All right. Oh, then he just...
So there we go. Piers, he taps out.
Dude,
he taps out. He goes to break. I have to give it to Alex Jones.
I don't...
Because he had him. Alex Jones survived the round. He was saved by the bell.
Wow, man.
Pills.
I don't know if that was 7 minutes. I don't know if I have it in me to get through another one. I think we got to wrap things up here.
I think this is it. If you want to watch the other one, you can watch the other one. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what's in there.
That was amazing. That was the greatest. That was the greatest thing the CNN's ever showed. I'm including like the Berlin Wall going down.
I mean, because like, I feel like it is completely the best debate show I've ever seen, because we're so used to debate shows being like, well, like, I'm a conservative. I believe in family values.
Sure.
And being conservative and me. Not like you limousine liberals. Well, I'm a liberal. I believe that the government can help everybody. Like, and I think that you're being stupid and you love corporations. Like, and then they go back and forth. But we've seen that so many times. This is, I want to make you look like the biggest idiot ever. Murder pills! You don't know where it's going.
It was unreal, man. Dude, that was great.
That would be amazing to see Alex Jones explain getting a job at CNN to his audience, for which he is built believing that the Vanderbilts run every news organization and are pumping in radio waves that control our brains.
Yeah, man. I think yes, I agree. Okay, look, I need the movie draft minute, which, by the way, we should have been decided. Not so much, my friends.
What are you talking? It's always been 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks as long as we've had...
I'm saying it's never been undecided this far after the last movie came out.
Yeah. This is the closest it has ever been.
Correct. Movie draft minute. Go. and go with the draft.
Welcome to Movie Draft Minute for the week of January 7th, 2013. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. As we come down to the wire, it's getting really, really close. Let's go check out the scoreboard. Justin Robert Young's in 6th place with $337.9 million. Sarah Lane's in 5th place with $362.9 million. Padre Robert Balasar is in 4th place with $400.6 million. Tom Ayer's in 3rd place with $431 million. Scott Johnson in 2nd place with $453.7 million. And in 1st place with $469.8 million, it's Brian Brushwood. And that is your Movie Draft Minute for the week of January 7th, 2013.
Dude, what does your gut tell you, man? If you're gonna make a bet, murder pills. Let go.
I gotta say,
I think
you're gonna come very close, but no cigar. I think that Les Mis is going to eke out a victory over over your.
I
your
agree.
thing there.
I agree.
But it all depends. I mean, like this week, if he doesn't pass you this week,
this is it.
He's really in trouble.
Agreed. I agree with that completely. Yeah, man. That's look. I guess that's going to be it for this episode of NSFW. Bonus edition.
By the way, I would have won if I would have actually just bet everything I had on Skyfall.
Oh, you have no idea. You sincerely, chat room, listen up. Freaking Justin Robert Young killing himself, physically flogging himself. He's taking murder pills. He's so upset. Murder pills.
1776 will happen again
with a South gas. Why don't you go back? Why don't you face the charges? 1992, you raped and murdered a girl.
Why'd you flush the toilet, Piers? I came in after you. It stank. Bangers and mash. Spotted dick. British foods, Piers. Like your squid that.
Yes, but what about the? Have you considered the fact?
Why don't you watch the movie Hackers? Angelina Jolie, Matthew Lillard. Why don't you face that? I was sick of that script because it was terrible. Badly written, Piers.
You do it like a scary good Alex Jones.
Shut up, Mr. Brushwood. Go back across the border.
Mr. Brushwood.
Hack the planet, Piers.
Scam Escuela.
Remember Serial Killer?
NSFW.
My name is Alex Jones.
Nice.